Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Matro's Travel. I'm Matro and I have a story for you. It's incredible. So, basically I was on the road from Kathmandu to Pokhara. It usually takes between 6 and 7 hours, no big deal, so I thought. So on Friday morning I just took the bus at 7 a.m. Everything seemed to be fine. I was taking the bus, I was going on the road. The roads here are really not the best, so it was like really bumpy. And we had 3 or 4 stops in the middle of nowhere, which was kind of cool. Like the landscapes were really incredible. You're at the bus stop, there was a petrol station, and you have like the mountains with the jungle and everything. And beautiful, really beautiful. So I thought. So like after 3 hours of driving, I thought, yeah, we are nearly there. And then everything just stopped. And there was a huge traffic jam. I was thinking, what's going on? Maybe just a small landslide or something, no big deal. 2 hours later, we moved maybe 20 meters or something, not more. And then I talked with the guys in the bus and they said there's a huge landslide, don't worry. The landslide, it's gonna be cleaned up and everything and so on. But it didn't. So it was in the middle of the day. It was really hot, I was sweating like crazy. I'm actually still sweating, you can see it on my hair and my skin. It's, I think I'm even a bit red. Yeah, gosh. So it was really hot and I was really sweating and everything. The water was running out and it was just horrible in the bus. The aircon wasn't working, even though it was an aircon bus, but what can you do? So, anyway, it took a few more hours and we finally reached this one crossroad. It's basically going up there, crossing the river with a bridge, and there's another road going down. The road down is going towards the border, the other one is going to Pokhara. There's also a small town there, I forgot the name, but the name is down here. And there, the bus driver just stopped and said he's not gonna go anywhere, he's gonna book a hotel room and that's it. So I was basically stranded. So I asked with the other guys what to do, and they said we can take another bus, don't worry. So we had to leave the bus, I took my stuff and everything and walking around the town. Every hotel and so on was completely booked out already. It was a chaos on the street. There were buses, trucks, cars, motorbikes, everything just around there. It was crazy. And then we found a bus that was actually going to Pokhara still. So we hopped in, which was still going across the bridge over the river to the other side. And then a few curves and then it stopped as well. We were waiting for half an hour and then the bus driver also just said he's gonna stop, there's no way he's gonna go through. And it was in the middle of nowhere now, the town was already at least 2-hour walk away. And what to do? So basically decided to walk. I lost the other guys somehow. But I just walked along the street past the cars and the trucks and so on. Everybody was just waiting there. Some people did picnicking and this kind of stuff. And I walked for 1.5 hours, something like that. And I finally reached the point where the landslide happened. Oh my god, I was so shocked. So what I basically saw was just the street. There was a huge gap in it. It was completely gone, fallen into the river, 30, 40, 50 meters down. Just gone, and a small part was left over. On this small part there was a bagger, and he was trying to take out rocks and so on. I'm not sure why really, I didn't see the sense in it, but it kind of tried to build the road up again, the leftover part. I was oh, what the hell, what am I gonna do now? And I remember just a little bit further down there was a tea stall and everything. I was okay, this is gonna take a while. I was like crowded with all the other people. There were like hundreds of people, maybe even thousands, I don't remember. People just around me, also staring at what they're doing there, the work. I had to squeeze my way through and also went down again. And I met the guys from the bus. I was like, yay, somebody I knew. And yeah, they gave me a Coke because the shop was sold out. There was nothing left anymore because, you know, so many people and just a small shop in the middle of nowhere. What can you do? So I was just waiting with them. They were like, ah, don't worry, we will get to Pokhara somehow. Let's see, it's gonna take a few hours. So I was just sitting with them, talking with them for a few hours. And we met like 7 p.m.-ish, something like that. We heard screaming and people applauding and everything. I was like, okay, I think it's open again. So we took our stuff and went up there and it really was open. Like a very narrow passageway for yeah, pedestrians and for bikes. It was really narrow. Like when I walked past there and I looked down, just right beside me was the gap already. It was horrible, but I just walked through with the other guys. It was already getting really dark, and then I saw like a lot of flashes in the sky in the back, and I don't know, please no thunderstorm, please no thunderstorm. And it got even darker, and at some point it was just pitch black, and we had to use our mobile phones to see something at least. And I just walked there with the other guys for like 2.5 hours, something like that, to reach the next village. Apparently there was a bus station and so on, so that was like our go-to. And like on the road, a wind started to come. It was really stormy, really windy. And you know, you're on the street and above you there's like this huge cliff and you have to walk by there in the darkness. And all of a sudden, right in front of me there's a rock like of this size. I nearly hit it, I saw it in last second. And then stones were coming down from above with the wind, like just really small ones, but still hitting me on the head and everything. I was so scared, so scared. It was like another landslide, and if it's hitting me, oh. I haven't been that scared in a long time. Like, and just walking there in the middle of nowhere, just hoping to reach the village at some point. The thunderstorm coming closer, the wind getting heavier and stronger and faster, and don't see anything. It was horrible, just horrible. Yeah. And like shortly before we saw the village. Yeah, there are lights, there are village, and yes. And then the first bus came, it was half empty. It just drove past us. Like I was trying to stop it and everything. He didn't care, the driver. He just drove past us. You know, there's a thunderstorm coming, it's dark, there's no light, nothing. And the bus driver just didn't care at all. I was so angry. But then another bus came, completely full already, stopped for us. We were like 8 people in total. And we just squeezed into the bus, which was crazy. I was like, yes, rescue, rescue. Oh. And when we went into the bus, then the thunderstorm started, like right at the minute. And then the rain was coming down and so on. And you know, squeezed in, I was standing there, people around me and everything. Like the bus was so full, you cannot imagine. It was also dark, still black. I just saw the, you know, the light of the flashes that went through the sky and so on. And it was crazy, it was just crazy. And it was like 3-hour journey to Pokhara. So in the 3 hours it was a bumpy road, it was muddy as well. Then we ran another traffic jam because there was too much water on the street. And it was horrible, those 3 hours. But I met some nice guys in the bus. I was able to talk with really lovely people, but we were all just exhausted. And the bus also did 2 stops at some road stops with like tea stores and so on, where we were finally to have something to drink and to eat. And it was really nice actually, and to have a toilet as well. Then the journey was quite okayish. Like you still had to squeeze into the bus. There was no space at all, but at least you were driving again. And yeah, and in the end I finally reached Pokhara. I said goodbye to the other guys, so the taxi just took the taxi and went to my hostel. And the taxi driver was really nice, and I also told him what happened, and it was insane. So at around 1 AM I reached the hostel. There was still someone at the reception, fortunately, let me in, showed me my bed, and was just falling asleep. And yeah, that's the room basically. I can show you like, yeah, the bed and so on. There's nothing to show, to be honest. Yeah, so I got a private room, which is quite nice. And yeah, the day after I also checked the news, and yeah, you just see the picture of like the huge gap, so the road, and then the gap in the road. It looked horrible. And also it happened in the morning, and 2 people died. So there was a car and a motorbike, and they both went down with it. And they haven't recovered the bodies. The bodies disappeared in the river. So it's horrible. But yeah. The link to the article I saw is down below. You can read it if you want. And also very important, this whole journey, which went from 6 hours to 19 hours, or 20 even, I think. I did this all while wearing flip-flops. So you can imagine. All in all, I walked around, like the whole day I checked, around 20 kilometers. So it was just insane. I've never experienced something like that before. 19-hour nightmare journey. But yeah, I'm now in Pokhara. There's a lovely lake, but I'm gonna show you all of this in the next video. It's a really lovely place. So even though this journey was horrible, and I really hope I will never have to do this again, it's a really good place to be here. So I hope you liked this episode. If so, hit the like button down below. Remember to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye!